In this video, I'd like to show you how to create this purse using Griffin dies. Welcome to Craft It Sweetly. I'm Deanna. Thanks so much for being here. In this video, I'd like to show you how to create this purse, which is really a card that you can use as a gift card as well. For this one, I used a burlap type of paper. It's burlap on one side and paper on the other side. So this is the back side of it, and then this is the burlap part of it. And I do have links below for the supplies that I'm using in this video, but it's super easy to make. But I want to share with you in this video some tips that I found that worked if you're using this kind of paper. Now, if you're using just regular cardstock, then the same technique would apply as far as putting it together, but you don't need to pay as much attention as to the cutting part as if you're using this burlap paper. So let's get right into it. Let me show you first what's in the die set. There's the main outline, which is kind of the base of the purse. It's this part of it, which is the inside. And then we've got two pieces, one for the front, one for the back, and then also an extender which helps attach one side to the other. So it's these two, and then this is for the pocket inside, which is this. And then it does have the handle and some embellishments, and then also the shadow, the outline kind of for these embellishments. So let me set these aside. Some of the things I've already cut out, but I want to show you a quick trick if you end up using this kind of paper for it. So I'll set this down right on here, and then I'm using a Gemini Junior to cut this. And because this is so thick and I want to make sure it cuts cleanly through it, I'm going to put this metal shim right on top of the first plate. So this is going to go right on top here. And then on top of this, I'm adding the magnetic sheet, and then one more, and then the top plate. When I run it through the Gemini Junior, I'm actually going to flip this and then run it this way. That way this is against the top plates as it's running through. So let me run that through. And then once it has run through, then we've got this. Now this is gonna come off pretty easy, the outside part. Now the trick with the next part is to leave it on the die itself. So for this, I'm going to, instead of trying to push out from this side or even from here, it's hard to see what you need to be cutting. So I've cut this out, and then I'm going to keep it on the die and then push this from this side. So now I know exactly where these are. Now all of these didn't fall through because this burlap paper has fibers that are holding it together, so you do need to coax them out of here. And you can run your hand across the back as you're doing this to get those pieces to fall off. Okay, there they are. Now all these pieces that I've cut out from here, these I will save because I can use these in a different project. So the big pieces I'm not throwing out. I am throwing out the rest of it. So continue poking all of these out. And then there's the piece. Now using these rest of the dies, I cut out this. Using this die, I cut out this, which is gonna go underneath here. So this is my combination for the purse. And then another one goes on here. And then I've got the silver pieces, which are more sort of a shadow, and then these are gonna go right on top. So I'm gonna use art glitter glue, which is my favorite glue to use for pretty much every project. And the nice thing with this glue is that it dries clear. So even if a little bit smudges out from underneath, you're not gonna be able to see it. So those two handles there, and these are the accent pieces that I cut out. So now these I'm gonna glue onto each of these backings. Same with this, you can slide it a little bit, you've got a little wiggle room, and then once you have it in position, then just let it set. We'll do that with this. So this part right here, I'm gonna leave right now. I'm not gonna add any glue. I just wanna secure this to the backing. And now this is the part that I wanna score. So because you generally wouldn't need to do this if it's cardstock, but I am gonna do this because it's that burlap paper. So I wanna make sure that this folds right here. And then at this point, this part is gonna go right on top of here. So what I wanna do is I'm gonna add glue here, but because this has a tendency to open up, I will have to use some clips to secure it. Make sure that this is all lined up here. And now for this to secure, I'm just using some clothespins. Okay, and this I will let set for a little bit, probably, you know, like a couple minutes, just to make sure that the glue stays, and then this is not gonna pop open. In the meantime, you can still do the rest of this part here, and then once that's done, I'll add the inside piece. You could do that first also, but I'll add that in afterwards. So I'll add glue just to this area. Now these, I want them to be on the card this way, so I'm gonna slide it in, and then this one's this way. So I already have the glue there, and I'm just gonna pop it down right here, and then we'll repeat the same on the back. Now this, I'm not gonna add embellishments to the back side. And I set it down, but then I want to make sure that it's lined up with the other handle so that it doesn't look weird once you're holding it, like one's lower than the other. And I'll give this a couple minutes to dry, and then I'll add the center. Okay, and for the inside, you can add something that's the same color, something coordinating, whatever you'd like. I got this copper colored cardstock, and I'm just gonna reinforce these score lines that are already there, but because this is a little thicker paper, I thought it would help just reinforcing that score line, just to make sure that it folds right on the line and my cardstock isn't gonna bend funny. And at this point, this is all dried. So I'll take this off. Now this is how this opens up. And what I'll do is I'm gonna glue this right inside here. So you can just take a piece of cardstock and put it in here so that the person giving this out can write an inscription on there, and then also put in a gift card if they want. So how cute is that? That's a beautiful die, and this paper is just awesome to use for this kind of project. And I just noticed I'm missing a little piece right here. I didn't take that out. Fortunately, there wasn't glue right there, so I was able to take that out. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you like the orange or the green, and let me know what you think of this kind of burlap paper to be used on this type of card. If you have any questions, comment below. Always happy to answer any questions you may have. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next project.